Growing up in the inner cities of Philadelphia, one thing that I had noticed there that was very unique was that the local police officers were tasked with what we referred to as walking the beat. The officers would walk in the community, they knew you by your first name, they knew your mother, they understood the social issues that were occurring inside of your community. And it created a closer bonding relationship with the people that wore the uniform. We never seen them as outsiders. And so I wanted to interject that into Broward County by creating our Park Walk and Talk program.
The goal of the Park Walk and Talk is to build a relationship with the community. People feel comfortable sometimes coming to you and telling you things that they may not have been comfortable with if a crime was committed in their neighborhood. They might not feel comfortable just dialing some phone number that their neighbor gave them to call the police. So they come up to me, and it's happened many times, where they say, hey, listen, there's a house and there's a lot of traffic going in and out, and I just want to let you know, and we've actually cleaned up the neighborhood because of that.
Another key concept of community policing that I was able to establish was an idea I had years ago about a neighborhood support team.
Once Sheriff Tony decided which direction he wanted to go with community policing, he thought it would be a great idea to implement NST for the sole purpose of engaging the community through special events, HOA meetings, working with nonprofit organizations. Sheriff Tony asked the question when this pandemic started, what are we doing for our seniors?
Feeding South Florida and the Broward Sheriff's Office have a wonderful relationship. When this pandemic hit, the two organizations came together to figure out how to serve the community.
We have a vulnerable population of seniors that are not able to leave their homes. They're sheltering in place. Some of them are deathly afraid of leaving their home and going shopping. We have the vehicles. Feeding South Florida has the food, and we have the ability to deliver the food to the people who need it.
The Broward Sheriff's Office relationship is the best one we have, and the one that's most creative, and the one that helps the most families.
A key element of policing and serving the community is actually being able to engage with them in a positive level and utilize the resources that we have to build that social connection. And this was an important project for me when I start looking at what can we do to make sure we are issuing out funds and working with those different groups that need them the best, and then how are we going to get back into communities?
LETF is the Law Enforcement Trust Fund, and it's awards that are funded to our agency, to BSO, as a result of successful litigation and forfeitures. Awarded organizations include schools, community-based nonprofits, our Divine Nine African American sororities and fraternities, behavioral health organizations, foundations, and it really helps our residents because LETF promotes a safer neighborhood, ensuring that we have crime prevention, addressing our drug abuse, our opiate crisis, and also by helping divert youth from our criminal justice system.
When you examine the three core elements that we've introduced back into community policing between the Law Enforcement Trust Fund distribution strategy, the neighborhood support team, and our Park Walk and Talk initiative, it's clear that this is going to allow us to engage the community on a more positive setting, on a more routine basis, and that's going to bond this community together.